Hello, this is Mr. K. Just going through a question or style of question about methods for when you have to show or prove something, and they're usually worth about 3 to 4 marks. So just trying to work out what the question is actually wanting from you. So when you get a question which says describe a method to essentially prove something or show something, as you change this, what will happen to this? The things that you need to consider are: one, the independent variable, okay, and so this is the one that you change. Yeah. Number 2 is the identify the dependent variable, so this is the one that you're going to measure. And by measure, I mean you're recording that data multiple times. Okay, obviously in chemistry you measure the volume of chemicals, but that might not be the dependent variable. Okay, so by measure, we're seeing the effect on the dependent as we change the independent variable. Okay, and then identify the controls, and I'll highlight the S. There's possibly more than one controls, and these are the ones keep the same. Okay. And then finally, a 4th mark is probably giving a conclusion, short statement, or expected results, or comparing with and without. Yeah, imagine if this independent variable was a with or without. Okay, and that's what it would be looking for that comparison. So to go through an example, this was in a recent paper for the IGCSE syllabus. Describe a method that you could use to show what the magnesium oxide, to show that the magnesium oxide is acting as a catalyst. Now there are a few other questions, but you saw the setup of the question. So what this is essentially asking for, or what the mark scheme wanted, was these points. So if we compare that back with what we had, okay, identify the independent variable, well that's mark 1, that's this point here, independent variable. Okay, keep remaining variables, concentrations, volumes the same, so that's the control variables, and measure time, so this is what we're going to use as our way of determining if the independent variable is having an effect. So that's the dependent variable. This is the one that we're going to measure. Okay. Now obviously, as you can see here, we have to measure concentrations and volumes, but they're being kept the same. We're going to measure time, but time should, we're hypothesizing, will change as we change the independent variable. So as we change with or without catalyst, we expect the time of the reaction to change. And then finally, this is almost your comparison. Okay, what you would expect. Oxygen is produced more quickly at a faster rate with the catalyst. Okay, so there's the full marking.